Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss an idea that remains elusive and is oft misunderstood by most of us. It, however, remains an integral part of our social and cultural experiences. Whenever there is a discussion on social injustices and inequalities, there the question and the idea of privilege arises. So what exactly is privilege? And why is it so hard to identify and pinpoint certain privileges? Those are some of the questions that we try to answer. So without much ado, let's get lit. Social privilege may be understood as an unearned entitlement or an advantage enjoyed by a particular social class or gender or community that could be used for an individual's benefit or to the detriment of others. Privilege as a socio-political power limits an individual's possibility of seeking equal opportunities or access to resources in a particular society. Or simply put, we can understand social privilege as the opposite of social injustice, where a person of a privileged community is supported by the power structures that are embedded within a particular society. This in turn will limit the possibilities of an underprivileged person as well. For example, if you take the case of African Americans in the United States, there are studies which say that the largest number of convicts is constituted by African Americans. The same can be assessed in the case of India with regard to Adivasis, as these individuals are discriminated from at a very young age onwards with regard to opportunities to education or finding a job. They are also more likely to be judged by the systems of law and order as a criminal or as someone who is prone to crimes. Before we go any further, I think it's important that we understand that there exist different forms and types of privileges. As wealth is a highly visible indicator of privilege, we tend to understand wealth or any economic factor as a sole indicator of privilege. Say if there is a Dalit woman who is rich in our society, we generally tend to underplay other factors that lead to social injustices and uphold wealth as a marker or as a privilege that will override all other forms of injustices. I think it's important, as in the case of our example, that we understand privilege to be a more nuanced social condition. Say the same Dalit woman who is denied certain social privileges, certain resources of the society because of her caste status, and also because of the fact that she belongs to a gender that is widely discriminated against, has indeed to be taken into consideration. At the same time, it must be understood that one may possess multiple privileges, just as one may be underprivileged on several grounds. So in this regard, we must understand two different things. One, privilege is context oriented. Say in the case of being a Christian in the Western society might be considered a privilege, whereas a Christian in an ISIS dominated area would be a marker of underprivilegedness. And secondly, all privileges are not equal. As we said before, the privilege of wealth cannot override the privilege of, say, gender or caste in the Indian society. What you are seeing now is something known as the privilege walk, a learning opportunity accorded to the members of certain Western institutions for them to understand how privilege works. Each participant is asked certain questions that gauges their privileges, and accordingly they must move forward or backward on a level field. At the end of the activity, they can understand how differently they are placed from their compatriots. So why are such activities carried out? Why is it important to acknowledge our privileges? Academicians and activists say that each and every instance of an invalidation of privilege is in itself an act of injustice. The invalidation of privilege works as an injustice in two distinct ways. Firstly, it allows individuals and certain communities of privilege to claim that they are racially and genetically superior so as to create certain racial and gender stereotypes. And secondly, the idea of merit gets blown out of proportion to claim that certain people are at certain positions or certain places because of their hard work alone. It enables these individuals to admonish certain inclusive classroom or workplace practices and claim that it is all a matter of politics and merit doesn't matter anymore. I'm sure that you have heard similar arguments in the case of gender-based or caste-based reservations. We will soon be doing a video on reservations as well. Before we conclude, I just want to say that my understanding of privilege, as you saw in this video, will itself be colored by my own privileges. I sincerely hope that today's video was engaging and thought-provoking. I will add a few links in the description below for those who would want to read up more on the subject. I have also linked a quiz in the description below which will help you understand your own privileged position within the society. Do go through it for a quick self-evaluation. If you like this video, press like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do so. If you have any comments, kindly express them in the comment section below. See you with a new video next week.